Hi everyone. Welcome to Dr. G's Dandelion Monologues. I would like to invite you today to deconstruct with me a phenomenon that is well captured by one of Mark Twain's famous quotes. It is easier to fool someone than to convince them they've been fooled. A paraphrase of that I read recently and I found quite powerful and also alarming is people prefer to believe a lie or to continue to believe a lie than to admit they've been lied to. Now think about that. A lie could have various ramifications and even very serious implications. Yet, some people might prefer to believe that lie than actually admit they were wrong and do something to correct a situation that needs correction. That is very concerning, and that's why we need to talk about that and tackle that. So what could be happening, right, when we're lied to? Because everyone has been lied to. I think one of the main sources of resistance to admit that is the common yet distorted belief that being fooled or being lied to means that we're less intelligent or that we're gullible or dumb. Well, that is not true. It's quite the opposite. Everyone is lied to at some point or another, right? And in fact, believing that people are acting in good faith and that they're truthful is actually a sign of emotional intelligence. That means that, I view others as I am. Therefore, if I view others as truthful, that means I am truthful. So that's a good sign, right? So being lied to has nothing to do with your intelligence level. In fact, it proves that you have some emotional intelligence, which is reassuring, right? And moreover, admitting that one has been wronged means taking responsibility with the potential of taking action to correct a situation, to restore justice or, remedy a situation that otherwise could go unnoticed and continue to build into something very problematic. Because if we build on a foundation of lies, it can have various repercussions, and people make decisions based on those lies, which can be catastrophic, as you can imagine. So we have this need, I guess, to save the face, right? But that's an ego-driven need, and the ego is an illusion. So letting go of that and saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe I believed that, but yes, I did. Now what do? I have a choice. Then that's a sign of progress. That's a sign of evolution and mature mind. So what we want is maturity. We want a dynamic thinking. We don't want a rigidity, always believing the same thing and not being open to receive new information. But realizing that, this might have been a lie, or I was not told the full truth and I believed it, but I have to take responsibility for believing it and now opening up to new data. That's a sign of maturity and responsibility. So we have to let go of the ego and realize that it happens to anyone. And in fact, it tells more about the person who lies than the person who believed the lie, right? Because lying is low integrity. Lying is not good. Lying is not allowing for trust to take place, because if you lie, you can't be trusted. You damage a relationship by misleading someone, by lying to someone, and usually it's because of manipulation, or there are various motives of lying, but it's not desirable. So we have to break that cycle by first admitting that we might have been lied to, and that doesn't say anything about our capacity. Like I said, in fact, it proves some emotional intelligence and awareness. And we have to always critically appraise what is told to us. And there's always various pieces of a puzzle, right? Sometimes we're presented with one, thinking it's the whole truth, but we have to expand our perspective. We have to broaden and zoom out and look at the full picture. And this is when we can really be intelligent. It's by being open-minded and wanting to admit that we believed something that wasn't true, and now we're taking action to correct that. I think that's what heroism might look like sometimes, on a small scale. It doesn't have to be something flamboyant or extravagant or out of the ordinary. Sometimes it's just about stopping to believe a narrative that has been fed to us. It's starting to question things. It's starting to shut down the noise that is influencing our minds, to listen to our inner whispers. It's also our intuition, or call it interoception, whatever you want. It's deep perception, deep knowing. And it allows for more clarity and letting in new information. I hope you found this post or video helpful. And thank you for listening and for being there. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Be well.